The New Boy, written by Jean Harding and read by Claudette Evans. He was hot and uncomfortable. The thick navy serge uniform was not easy to wear in this oppressive August heat on the island. He was a new boy, just out of 6 months' training, and was considered too vulnerable to be let loose in the wings. Now there was trouble inside. Some prisoners would soon try to take advantage of his lack of experience. So here he was, stuck in this observation tower at Parker's top security prison on the Isle of Wight for an 8-hour shift, with a radio and binoculars, reporting to the control room on the activities of the prisoners on the roof. Not that they were very active at the moment. They'd taken off their striped prison shirts and were sunbathing. He wished that he could do the same. He ran his finger around the neck of his stiff collar and eased his peaked cap on and off again. You would think that by the 70s they would have made these uniforms of something more practical, or at least eased the rules a bit in this weather. He took a drink of lukewarm water. His coffee he would need later. His mind went back to the training school, built in the grounds of a large Regency house near Bristol. There he had spent his mornings learning law, psychology, and observation techniques. Afternoons were practicing self-defense and physical control methods. After tea, they did an hour's marching on the parade ground. The rest of the time was his own, often spent sitting under one of the beautiful cedar of Lebanon, and, his musings suddenly interrupted, he lifted the binoculars and watched as another prisoner climbed out of the hole in the slates onto the little flat piece of concrete already occupied. An argument developed, those prisoners in possession refusing to make room for the extra one, who decided to try to reach the identically shaped piece of roof on the other side of the chimney, and was beginning to inch his way around the tall old Victorian red brick chimney. He was giving control a running commentary when a slate slipped down as the inmate stood on it. His foot slid with it. He lost one handhold, then the other, slid down the roof, and breaking the gutter, fell over the edge, arms flailing, landing with a thud. "Come in, B-post," crackled his radio, for he had held his breath and stopped commenting. He brought them up to date. The sunbathers were equally shocked and scrambled back inside. He saw nothing more for a long time. He heard the body being removed and instructions being given to hospital trustee orderlies to wash the blood away, a smell of strong disinfectant soon reaching his nose. Then came a sound that he would get to know many times in the next few years. Bang, 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 the clang of metal mugs against bars, as prisoners voiced their displeasure at something, usually being locked in cells during times of trouble or searches. It was getting cooler now, so he had some coffee and one of his sandwiches. Then another officer came to relieve him early. "You are to report immediately to Chief Officer Admin Block." He was shepherded into the chief's office and found himself with Assistant Governor Wilson, to whom he had to make his report, then had to put it in writing. "You do realize that you'll have to give witness at the inquest and any other occasions involving the incident, don't you? You were the only officer to see it." Then the chief said, "Your training officer gave you full marks in practice under pressure," referring to a file on his desk with the new boy's name on it. "Report to C-Wing 6:30 a.m. as you were. Dismiss."